Environment diagrams demystified. If environment diagrams feel like arbitrary rules you memorize for exams, you're not alone. But they tell a beautiful story about how Python runs your code. Everything starts in the global frame, the place where top-level names live. Write x equals 3, and Python binds x to 3 in the global frame. Define a function called square, and Python binds square to a function object. Think of the global frame as a table. Names on the left, values on the right. Every assignment adds a row. When you call a function, Python creates a brand new frame. Trace square of 4. Python finds square in the global frame, creates a new frame with a parent pointer back to global, binds x to 4, and evaluates x times x. It finds x is 4, computes 16, and returns it. The key insight: every function call creates its own private frame. That's why calling square of 4 and square of 7 don't interfere with each other. What if a variable isn't in the current frame? Python follows the parent pointer. Define outer with x equals 10 and inner that prints x. When inner runs, Python looks for x in inner's frame. Not there. So it follows the parent pointer to outer's frame and finds x equals 10. Variable lookup always goes up the chain, never down. Full example. Make adder of n returns a function adder of x that returns n plus x. Call add3 equals make adder of 3. This creates a frame where n is 3. Now call add3 of 4. New frame, x is 4, evaluate n plus x. X is local, n is found by following the parent chain. Result, 7. Your turn. In add3 of 4, which frame does Python find x in, and which frame does it find n in? Pause and think. X is in the local frame, adder's frame. N is in make adder's frame, found by following the parent pointer. Local first, then up the chain. Frames, parent pointers, and the lookup chain. That's all environment diagrams are.